He was exactly whatever he had to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was, maybe a little more leaning on the towel just to get a couple extra,
Yeah.
Man, what did it feel like getting hit by Big George? Even at 45, you can probably still stick, huh?
A lot of people say, they ask that question. They say, who hits the hardest? If you get hit by anybody at the right spot, you're going to get hurt. You know that, right?
Facts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. He didn't hit me the hardest because he knocked me out. No, he hit me in the right spot.
Well, he's just known for having,
Yeah, about heavy hands.
heavy
Stupid
punch and power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing with, who was the other guy that they talked about all the time? It wasn't necessarily the best boxer, but they said, man, this guy, what the hell's his name? Everybody talks
Talking
about
like a pure puncher.
Yeah, just
Heavyweight?
Yeah, well, I actually think it was a middle. No, well, Deontay Wilder, man. I mean, I can't believe Fury got up from that. That was
That was one of the coolest things I probably have ever seen in sports.
Wilder swears to God it
Wilder
was 13 seconds, but yeah.
Getting hit and seeing Fury get up, he's laying there.
Fury's fighting like a perfect fight, avoiding the danger, avoiding that big shot. He gets caught, he's out.
Does the Undertaker.
And then all of a sudden, that like 7 or 8 whoosh, just starts. Yeah, one of the craziest things I ever saw in sports.
Do you think there was anything that to the gloves that Wilder was talking about?
No, not at all.
Oh! I thought this was over.
That doesn't look like someone who's getting up.
I thought this was over.
He don't think he's getting up. No one thinks. Look at him.
Good for the ref for counting and not just waving it off, huh?
It was on there.
And then he wins the rest of the round after this.
How's that possible?
And Deontay can hit.
Bronze bomber.
Yeah, he can hit.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the craziest things I've seen in sports.
I
can't think of one much better than that. Just everything about that, like it was amazing.
Do you get juiced up when you see like other fighters having good battles? When you watch like Ward Gotti? When you were watching that? I mean, Emmanuel Stewart, obviously one of the greatest calls of all time, and now it's Gotti's turn. Like it's a sad thing. No more HBO boxing. That's another one of my vestiges from my youth. Oh my God, I loved HBO boxing. Jim Lampley,
ESPN boxing. Oh, USA boxing. Oh man. You miss all that stuff. They don't have boxing like they used to on TV anymore.
Nah.
It seems Europe is kind of grabbing the mantle from us.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I don't know.
It was the American century in boxing, and now it seems Europe is outside of the middleweight where you got Gervonta and you got Bud Crawford. What Bud did, that was incredible. That was something.
Yeah.
That was an ass whipping. Wow. I went to that fight.
Really?
Oh yeah.
How'd it look in person?
Bad.
Very one-sided, huh?
Walking, when you saw Spence, I had Spence. Walking to the corner and looking at his face, instantly you knew there was something wrong. As a fighter, And I just looked at him, I was like, oh, and so I didn't think nothing of it. The first round, didn't think nothing of it. And after the second round, it was a masterful boxing lesson. Masterful. And that was it.
If a kid wanted to learn boxing today, the sweet science, who should they YouTube? Who should they watch?
I couldn't answer that. There's a lot of people in boxing who say that they can train people, that know how to train people, don't know nothing about training.
Really?
Yeah, don't know nothing about training. It's balance. Balance is very important in boxing. A lot of people don't know about the balance. Once you get your balance right, have your feet the right way, it's totally different than MMA. Totally different. And just like with boxing, when you're here, you're fighting like this. MMA fighters, they're fighting like this because they can grab. So it's how you stand and how you move is totally different. Your balance and stuff like that.
Are there any fighters that you think that they should watch? And then if you wanted to do it the right way, watch this guy?
No. I think that the older fighters, myself, Evander, that's the era where we need to start training the fighters now of this day and time, because there's not nobody out there in the heavyweight division that's doing anything. That's an American.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something
Wilder
you look to get into? Is that something you're gonna do? Are you training people?
I train people, but not any fighters, just regular everyday people.
Okay.
But I'm willing to. I'm willing to train.
The right guy comes along.
Absolutely. Yep.
Nice.
When you see the MMA guys striking and you see their box, what do you think of the MMA guys trying to transfer over into boxing? We saw McGregor.
It can happen. It just has to be taught. Instead of being like this, you got to be more like this. Mm-hmm. You know Roger Crawl?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my dude. And me and Roger talk about that all the time. We talk about that all the time. People keeping their hands closed, and when you're punching, hitting like this, you're going to break all that. The wrist coming down, everything's here for boxing. Everything's there. It's a twist.
Mm-hmm. So you have a closed fist here.
Yep.
We often have open hands until the point of impact. Then
Yep.
we lock it out.
Yeah.
But you're closed the whole time.
I'm always here. Always. As soon as I put my hands in the glove, I'm always here, just like this.
Okay.
And I never open my hands.
Did you see that guard Nelson was working with against Padilla? He had his hands open like this. It was almost like he was like creating a tunnel. It was like this on him and stuff.
Oh yeah.
It was very interesting.
Because when you're like this, and when you come, you're gonna hit like this, and that's gonna break all this, the wrist, the hands like that.
Mm-hmm. Did boxing kill itself because the UFC? Everybody knows the UFC champ is the champ in MMA. Did boxing kill itself by never having a real lineal champ tournament with the WBA and the IBF and all of these different?
I don't. They used to have stuff like that back in the day when I was growing up. They used to have boxing like that
because the promoters could get along. They don't get along very well anymore.
Nah, it's not going to happen like that anymore. Nah.
When did we get all the because back in the day there used to be just like 12 belts, right? Like 12 titles. When did that change?
I have no idea.
You want to look that up for me, Christian?
WBO, WBA.
The only four: WBO, IBF, WBC, and WBA.
Yeah.
All this other stuff.
I don't even know the other ones.
That doesn't make you a champion.
The Ring Magazine.
Yeah,
champion.
That doesn't make you a champion by the NABF. Not to knock them, but people work hard to fight for the WBO, WBA, IBF, WBC. Mm-hmm. That's a world champion.
Yeah. And I remember when I was growing up, those were the four.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones that
and they're still the only four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have different ones.
They have so many different ones that you have to pay so many sanctioning fees. You have to pay so much as a sanctioning fee.
There it is. There's the rub.
It's a vestige of the old mob. You want to be the champ? You got to wet a beaker too.
Yeah.
Did you ever work with Don King at all?
No. Never worked with him.
It was the promoter, the business side of it, as dirty as they say it was in the 90s, in the 80s, and the 90s.
I don't know. In the 90s, I get a contract. I sign a contract, but I didn't know what I was signing because I was dumb to the game. Okay, but as you get older, you know what's going on. Manager, promoter, trainer. Manager 33 1/3%. Promoter 25%. Trainer 10%. So that's 68 1/3% before taxes.
Pre-tax.
Whoa.
Before tax.
Holy moly.
Now you got and the training camp. You're staying in the hotel, the MGM. You got to pay for everybody who's there with you as part of your team. Your promoter, your manager, their family, pay for all the food, all that. Now, where's the money that I made?
33% to the manager?
Yeah, 33 1/3. third count. Don't forget that. That counts.
I got you. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
but that's
is
allowed.
he doing 1/3 of the work?
That's allowed.
But how, is he doing 1/3 of the work? What's the justification for that?
He should have to
They
take one
set
out of
up a
every 3
fight.
punches.
They set up a fight.
They make a phone call.
That's it.
33 1/3.
That's a
pre-tax.
hustle. Yeah,
that's terrible.
That's
how
crazy.
the boxing game is going.
So
Terrible.
that still exists.
I would imagine so.
That's wild.
I would imagine
That's so wild. I never
Absolutely.
heard that before.
So let's
33 1/3 to the manager, 25 to the promoter, 10 to the trainer.
So let's just say it's $1 million purse.
Yep.
At $1 million purse, unless you're fighting in Florida, where there's no state income tax.
Yep.
If you're in New York,
That's why most athletes come to Florida because of tax reasons.
you have to.
You have to.
You have to.
Absolutely.
Nevada, I think, is okay.
Vegas is the same,
Yeah.
no income
Yep.
tax.
Yeah, but let's say you fight at the Garden, Madison Square Garden, and you get $1 million. Before you even get that $1 million, 35% goes to old daddy government, right? So now you're at 650. So if you're at 650, but he gets 33
And a third
so he's
And you
getting
said before taxes, right?
before taxes.
Yeah.
so
you
that's
gotta-
half of the post-tax purse to the manager. It's
And they pay no taxes on that neither.
it's really a 50-50 split.
Boom.
And then you pay the trainer and the expenses out of your 50%? Wow.
Bingo.
Wow.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
been a manager.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So that guy's walking out.
unbelievable.
That's like,
So
that's like mind blown.
You fight for the heavyweight championship of the world. Let's say it's $1 million purse. I know it's more than that, but let's say it's $1 million purse.
Mm-hmm.
So that guy is the government's walking out with $350. Your manager's walking out with $350. Your trainer's walking out with about $100. No, I'm sorry. You said the trainer gets 20%?
25.
So the trainer's walking
No, 20 trainer gets 10.
Okay, so who got the 20? Promoter.
Promoter,
So the
25.
promoter's walking out with 250. So let's start over. The government, $1 million purse.
33 and a third.
Government gets 350. The
25.
manager gets 350. The promoter gets 250. The trainer gets 100. Bro, that's
And then
that's
you gotta
one.
pay.
That's less than 100,000 for you.
Yeah. Easy.
So you're getting less than 10% of the total purse.
Yep.
Holy moly!
And
Holy
this
moly!
this has been going on for years. And the reason why I'm not in the Hall of Fame probably because I talk about it.
Ah.
That's why. I
okay.
talk about it and I bring it up and
Yeah, they don't like that.
No. I just somebody called me one day and said, "Hey, Michael, can you come on up here to the Hall of Fame? Just as a guest." They wanted me to come up as a guest, but told me the year before I was nominated, but never made it
Don't make any sense.
at all. And I didn't know about.
First Southpaw champion.
Yeah.
One of 4 guys, light, heavy, and heavy. 57 fights, 53 wins.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
I don't know what else you could do.
It's
You gotta
because
keep your mouth shut.
You
not
gotta keep
talk
your
about
mouth.
talk about the thing.
But
Hey,
why should I keep
you
my
get
mouth shut?
Hey,
You
I
get
don't think
abused
you should. I'm
and you
just
get
answering
abused
the question.
quietly.
Yeah.
I'm answering the question on what would have made a difference.
If I keep my mouth shut, that means that I go into the Hall of Fame.
Imagine that.
I don't need to go into the Hall of Fame. I did
Agreed.
what I did already.
Yeah.
I respect it.
I
Nah,
did that.
we respect that completely.
Yeah,
Be bold.
I did
Yeah.
that.
Be bold. Speak your truth. Absolutely, man.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. People know me. I'm a no nonsense type of dude. I'm not a bullshit. I keep everything real. I'm honest. I'm an honest guy. I'm a real person. You know.
If
You
you
don't
That's what
like
it's about,
that?
man. That's why you're on the realest podcast right now. That's
Real.
what it's all
Yeah.
about. Keep it real.
Yep.
Keep everything. Yeah. Talk
I'm the
the talk.
realest
talk.
dude you
Power
would
to
ever
truth.
meet.
Power to truth, man.
Yep.
That's what we're about. We're about truth, not
Yep.
bullshit. Yeah. Talk that talk.
That's right.
That's messed up, man. That's messed up. I mean, so they told you were nominated, and then they were like, "Hey, if you want to come in, we'll get you a cup of coffee." Maybe
They wanted me to come there. I said,
they're gonna pay for the gas.
I said, "You paying me to come there?" No, we'll buy your ticket and put you up in the hotel room. but you're going to want me to buy all my food and give back to you guys. Just come on out, man. You have a good time. Well, I'll think about it. So there's a fight coming up on the 30th, which is going to be Canelo and Charlo. If I'm going to that fight, then I'm not going to, I can't make it to the other thing because I'll get paid to go to the fight, but I'm not going to get paid to go someplace where they want me to go.
Go network and kiss a little bit.
I don't do
Hobnob.
that. I'm not
Press
that
the
type of
flesh.
dude.
Being real
Politic.
isn't rewarded by the corporations. It's not.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Not.
They can't control you.
That's They don't. They want. Yeah. Exactly.
Yep.
You
That's
know?
why
It's respected by the people.
Like
the real respect the real.
in boxing, there should be several different people on talking about boxers, and they have their own. There's the few select people who they have that they do the broadcast of the boxing. Terrible.
I can see why the managers would want to have you silenced because I'm just going to assume that what you're saying is true. I don't have any way to verify it.
Robbery.
But so the managers are basically getting 50% of every purse,
Yeah.
post-tax 50%. That's
crazy.
wild.
Man. That's really fucked
And
up.
no one talks about it. And then you get a championship belt that's fake as hell. It looks good on television, but it's fake. You got to pay sanctioning fees on it.
What do you mean?
What does that mean exactly?
To fight, you got to pay money to fight for that belt.
Like how much?
Probably $23,000-$25,000. For what?
To put your
It's a
belt up?
hustle, man. Sounds like a hustle.
It's a bullshit belt.
Yeah.
It's not even gold. If it was gold, I could see it, but it's not gold.
Do you think the young fighter today is better off in MMA than boxing?
I don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know that either.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that. Boxing needs a whole. Combat sports needs a whole rearranging.
How would you like to see it rearranged?
The boxing, we talked about the different heavyweight division. Let a light heavyweight, you go to junior heavyweight, then you go to heavyweight.
I don't like the name junior heavyweight.
Well, it
I
could
like
be,
it be like heavyweight and super heavyweight.
Yeah, heavy
you know?
and super heavy.
Yeah.
Instead of junior, just do heavy, then super heavy.
Yeah. Gotta put some good
heavyweight.
PR on it.
Yeah.
Heavyweight, cutesy heavyweight. Super nice guy heavyweight.
Come on, there's a good one in there. Come on. Let's do it.
Yeah. Jiggly tit heavyweight. Love handle heavyweight. I'd love that one.
Yeah.
Butterbean would be the king of the love handle heavyweight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what was he fighting in? There's no way he was getting in under 265. Were those sanctioned fights?
Is
Butterbean?
boxing
Yeah.
285?
I'm sorry?
Heavyweight limit is 285 in boxing?
I don't think there is a limit.
So there is
It's
no
open.
limit.
There's no
It's
limit.
It
open
says
weight.
296. That's what Butterbean was weighing in at.
296? I thought he was 400 pounds.
No, there's no, I don't think.
So you want to cap it at 250 and then have just to add an extra division in there? That was
Cap-
your proposal?
Heavyweight, cap it at 250, and 251 on up is super heavy.
Okay.
Yep.
Makes sense.
What sports did you play before you got into boxing? Were you an athlete growing up?
No. I was
No football, nothing?
I played football my senior year, and I was because I said my grandfather was my trainer, and I was always around him back in Pennsylvania, a place called Charleroi, Pennsylvania, and I used to do the garden for him, cut grass, stuff around the house, and every time I finished, he was always gone. I'm like, where Granddad at? Oh, he went to the gym. So I'd have to wait till he gets back. Then he'll take me home. But on the way home, he'll stop by the chocolate chip cookies, some Oreo cookies. That was the best time right there. But
How old are you now? This is when you're a senior or younger?
oh man, this is when I was 13, 14.
Okay.
Yeah. But then my grandfather, he was just such a cool dude. Such a cool dude doing that. I forget the question. I was just.
It was about football.
Tell us more about your grandfather.
This is great.
But I said, Granddad, I wanna play football my senior year. Just say, oh, okay, go ahead, boys, you can do it. Go ahead. And I played, and that was it. I played 1 year. That was it. Wasn't a superstar.
Fun to hit though, right? Run around with that helmet on.
Yeah. It was a good time.
I loved hitting.
Just experience it. Experience it.
Now your grandfather was a trainer?
Yes, he was my
You come
trainer.
from a boxing family?
Yep.
I didn't know that. It's really cool.
My grandfather, he was the only boxer. My uncles never progressed anything. It was just my grandfather's a local trainer. That was it. Him and a couple other guys. Yep.
Put you in that southpaw stance? Or that come natural?
He tried to switch me.
Did he?
Yeah.
It was hard, right?
He tried to switch me, and I'm like, Granddad, I can't go this way and try to throw a jab. I'm like, I can't do that. I couldn't do it, and I stayed southpaw.
Ended up working out.
Speaking of jabs, were you with Emmanuel Stewart? Was that one of your first big trainers?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What was the like? You were with him, and then you're with you were last with Freddie Roach?
I was with Emmanuel, Teddy. Who was after Teddy?
Duva before Teddy?
No.
Duva after?
Duva after Teddy. Then what's the guy from California? Freddie Roach. Yeah. Roach. Yeah, that was it.
So with Emmanuel, that's Kronk Gym. They're big on the jab. What are some of their philosophies? I actually have a Kronk shirt in my bag over there I got from Roots of Fight. And every time I wear it in the gym, Stroud's like, you better stay on that jab. You're wearing that shirt.
Emmanuel knew he had special people in his gym. And he took his time with each and every person that he thought was somebody and that could be of some significance to him. I remember one time there was a guy that got mad because Emmanuel was paying more attention to me than him, and he was an older guy, and he was knocking everybody out. So he wanted to fight me.
For free?
He wanted to fight me, so we ended up fighting. Woo!
In the gym?
No, in a fight.
In a fight?
In a fight.
I don't know. How old are you at this point?
Probably 21.
Okay.
22.
So you're light. This is light heavy.
Light heavy.
Okay.
Destroyed him.
Ooh. That's why I'm getting the attention, bitch.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And
don't be afraid to name names. He wants to know that he's remembered.
I'm not gonna say the name.
Nah,
but
you don't talk bad.
He I thought he was a cool dude, but he was trying to be slick and I'm like, oh really? And I was the new guy, so I was like, people was trying to test me.
Sure.
And I was, nah, I ain't that dude. If you want to fight, we'll fight. But I ended up destroying him, and I wanted to get him because he talked so much, and I wanted to get him bad too, and I got him good.
That's a good feeling, huh?
Yeah, big time.
Did you box him in the fight, or did you shoot the double? Maybe throw a darce on there?
No, I fought him.
Fought him?
Yeah, I didn't box. I fought.
What's the difference between boxing and fighting? Did you bite him? If you bit him,
boxing and fighting are two different things because when you box, you use a jab. When you fight, you use the right hand.
Okay.
I used the right hand.
But your right hand was your jab.
Yeah.
Stiffed him.
Here, boom, boom.
Okay.
Yep.
Wait, I don't totally understand. If you're jabbing though, isn't that your right hand?
Oh no. Well, I'm saying for other people who don't know.
Like you're using your rear hand more. Your rear hand?
No, this.
Yeah.
No, I'm here, setting them up here.
Mm-hmm.
Boom! I knew I wanted to crush him with my left hand and the right hook.
Okay. I got you. You're relating it back to normal, like an orthodox stance.
Yep.
You jabbing if you're boxing, right hand.
Then I'm boom, boom, coming just like that because he was a southpaw, And I knew fighting a southpaw that I wanted to throw right hooks.
Yeah.
Crushed him.
I feel what he's saying too. I don't like fighting southpaws. No one does, because then that training camp, you gotta find all the southpaws in the gym, and you gotta go with them the whole time. You're like, how you get? You know what I mean? It's not totally your game. You play a little different.
I've heard trainers complain about even having to hold pads for southpaws.
Yeah,
everything's opposite. I don't like it. You know, they get their pitter patter down, and then they mess it up and they catch one.
They gotta switch their stance.
My grandfather tried to switch me. I couldn't do it. And he said, "Oh, that's all right, boy. Go back." And that was it.
When did you know that you kind of had something? When did you know that, man, you kind of built for this?
I don't know if I knew. I just knew I liked to fight. I liked the training. I liked the fight part about it. You know, in the gym. That's what I like.
The competitive
aspect. You fight a lot
yeah.
growing up. You get in trouble fighting. No. As a kid? No.
I was the guy who stopped the bullies.
I was the same exact way. You know, I never got in many fights.
Yeah, I was never in the fights. People knew I boxed, so they didn't bother me. But if I saw someone messing with somebody who was mentally challenged, you know.
Yeah, give me a reason to feel righteous, and
right.
He becomes a bad motherfucker. Let me feel fucking.
Right.
I'm a bully, the bully.
Yeah. I was that guy. Don't bother them. You know, they sat in the table by themselves, and I would sit right there. If somebody bothered you, let me know. I was that guy.
Love that.
I was that guy.
Yeah.
Why do you think you kept switching trainers? Why did you just didn't find the sweet spot?
They said I was difficult. They said I was a difficult guy to get along with.
Well, you kept breaking the noses of their other prospects.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know I'm difficult.
What were you difficult? What made you difficult?
I don't know. What made me difficult was
I
was just being me.
Okay.
I was just being me. If I didn't like doing something, I'm gonna let you know. I ain't doing that for what?
Oh, that's a trainer's dream right there.
And like, for what? What is that going to do for me? That ain't going to help.
What type of shit are we talking? Like, we talking like road work? Are we talking like
a punch?
Specific, like, okay.
Like a combination.
So you were kind of true to yourself, and you knew who you were as a fighter. Yep. You were like, I do this, this, and this, and I could do that against anyone.
Because I was a southpaw, and it was coming from a different way. I always had the advantage. Always. That's the way I looked at it.
But you think though they didn't really know how to train a southpaw?
See, I think there was something really that just kind of deep that he said there. And like, when you have that confidence in something, that's actually what I do want in someone I'm training. You know what I mean? Yep. I want that confidence. You need to know you got something special.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that's championship shit right there. It can spill out into you being difficult, and you know what I mean? But it's really an attribute.
I knew who I was, and I knew what I was about to do. I knew my abilities. I knew how to fight. I knew what to do, how to do it, and when to do it.
Also, you know, they don't say, you know, Emmanuel Stewart lost, or Teddy Atlas won. It's you.
Yeah.
So you got to do what you feel comfortable doing.
I'm the only one that took the beating. It all came down on me all the time, but I never let it come down on me. You know, I lost. That's part of the game. You win, you lose.
You didn't lose very often.
You were able to keep the kind of that boat on even waters, not let the highs get too high, the lows get too low.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult.
You know the game.
Yeah.
You know the game.
It's difficult. Yeah.
How old are you?
31.
You know the game pretty well.
Yeah. Student of it, man.
Yeah, you know the game.
It's just so much easier said than done, though. And like literally, I was talking about this. I talked about it with Chaz Palmentary, who's a friend of the program. We how my boy just lost this weekend, right? After it, I want to be able to like hug him and I want to say something to him and make him feel better. There's nothing I can say.
Right.
I know that. I just kind of put my hand on his shoulder, kind of hold him, just like, "You're all right, bro. You're all right." You know what I mean? There's nothing I can. It's straight up. We're back in that funeral. It's a funeral for what we thought that night was gonna be, for what his dreams, everything he worked for.
You have to let them speak.
Yeah. No, I'll just sit next to him, just Put my arm on his shoulder, just hold him. Yep. There's nothing I could say, you know?
I just don't know how you guys in that business go the months afterwards. You got to sit on that for the months waiting for your next competition. You know,
it's a job.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. I was thinking about this the other day. I went to Pennsylvania when the day you saw me, that Thursday. I was up there with one of my best friends, and he had, his kids, his wife, the kids. I missed that, because when I grew up, I always was on the road doing this, doing that, never being around my kids, and just being around, listening to the interaction with kids, and their man, that shit was so good. I felt so good. I missed that.
Really?
Oh yeah, man. I missed that. I never had a chance to do it because I was always gone, always fighting.
You were focused on being the best in the world or something.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean nothing.
You don't think it means anything to be the best?
Not at all. Why aren't there benefits for boxers? There's football players, they got benefits. Basketball players have benefits. After so many years in boxing, there should be something for boxers.
I thought Jerry Kuna was working on
insurance. There's something. There should be something.
I thought Jerry Cooney was working on something like that. But you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's only a very recent thing for football players. I mean, the old school guys.
There's so
really
much
struggled.
money being made in every sport out there, and they don't want to give it to the people who deserve it. It's terrible.
So you think the sacrifices that you made to become the heavyweight champion of the world, in retrospect, you don't think it was worth it?
If I had to do it all over again, I would have never been a boxer.
Really?
Never. I'd be a businessman. Because in business, in life, you have to meet people in order to achieve things and do things. I would want a regular job to help other people. When I come back in time, when I die and come back, that's what I'm gonna do. I want to fly a fighter plane, and I'm gonna help people. That's what I want to do.
You say it like you can't do it right now.
No, I'm too old, man. My body's a wreck. 28 surgeries.
Oofa.
From boxing.
Oh.
Yeah, total knee replacement. My hands are all jacked up. Yeah.
So how would you want to if like you said, when you come back, how would you want to help people?
I'd be a business. In business, I would help people. I don't know. I don't know in what capacity. I want to fly planes, and I want to just help people. There's a lot of people who need help these days, and a lot of people are proud. A lot of people are too proud to say, "I need help."
Yeah.
That's
probably the hardest people to help. The people that are, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be the hardest to find because they go, nah, I'm good. Especially like dudes, tough dudes, nah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Everything good.
The toughest dudes on earth.
Yeah.
The proudest, toughest guys on earth. Prize fighters. Like you said, I mean, it's just you in there. It's not a team. It's just you. And then the unfortunate thing is when the lights turn off, it's just you again.
It's a shame how a boxer goes through so many ups and downs throughout their lives, and the manager and the promoter, once it's all over and done, cut the ties with everybody.
They just use you and throw you out.
Yeah, that's not cool. Not cool at all. And I'm gonna get a bunch talked about Michael Moore because I keep it real. I'm an honest guy. People don't know what's happening in the boxing game. They think you make all this money. Well, where all this money? Like Tyson made all this money, Holyfield made all this money, and it's all gone. Because they take this. They don't spend it. They take it.
They act like it's him mismanaging his money, but really there's a hole in the pocket. It's
exactly.
Right as it goes in, it's gone.
Exactly.
Huh.
You guys have you talked about Tyson, you guys have such an interesting perspective because you've lived such an unique life. There's only a handful of people on the planet that have lived
Living
the type
on the
of
edge,
life
man.
that you've lived.
Right.
You know, and the perspective that you have. So, I mean, you've literally reached the pinnacle of human achievement.
Yep.
And your takeaway from it was it's not worth it.
It's really not.
Huh.
You don't have nothing left from all of it. Nothing. You don't have the people you grew up with. You don't have the people that supported you. You don't have nobody around because that's all fake. I don't deal with fake.
Like they just wanted to be hanging out with the champ.
Yeah, because you were the champ. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
Yeah,
And
gotta
all the
keep
girls.
that grass low. Watch out for all those snakes because a lot of people are gonna want to come in when
That's
you're
right.
hot and.
That's right.
Yeah. What were you gonna say about the girls?
Oh, you get all the women. They want to be around you because you got the women.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
There's got to be some perks too. There's got to be some perks to it.
Oh, of course.
I mean, you
all these things are perks too, but they're all, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
I mean,
know?
Exactly.
There's so
Double-edged
many
sword.
women. Oh no, it's the worst.
Yeah, but there's so many. There was so many good things, but there was also so many bad things.
Sure.
You know, people don't see the good. People don't see the bad.
I mean,
I know what it was about.
Young, good-looking dude, champ. I mean, you could have gone into acting, I imagine. Somebody had to probably be telling you could have been doing endorsements, acting. Well,
you're not taught this stuff when you're fresh to the game because they want to take total control over you so they can dictate. They don't want you to go this way. They want you to go this way.
You're talking about like managers?
Managers, yeah. Managers don't want you to go stray away to do something else because they can make the most money off of you.
Yeah, they want that 33 1/3% and want you fighting and taking these. Yeah.
Where's the veteran boxers in this? Because you guys have to have a tight-knit community. Where's the veteran boxer trying to talk to you?
There's a lot of us heavyweights.
Yeah.
Myself, Riddick Bowe, Vander Holyfield, Ray Mercer, Roy Jones.
Ray Mercer, another great fighter.
We all get together and go to the fights. Like we may go to the Canelo fight together, and we just do. We're trying to do things for the game of boxing. So we'll see what happens.
Give back to the sport.
Yeah, because we got a lot of guys who know the game, and we've been there.
Yeah, to make sure that what happened to you.
I'm capable that I still got my screwballs up here, and I can talk. A lot of guys can't talk, but I can be the voice for them.
Sure.
You know.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think it affects some guys more than it affects others? The fight game.
Well,
you see a lot of traumatic shit.
Yeah, I didn't get hit a lot. There was a lot of fighters who got hit in their head a lot. And unfortunately, things happen.
Yeah. And you look at a guy like Floyd Mayweather who gets, people talk online about his style and this and that, but I mean, he could fight almost forever. It feels like,
People are always going to hate because it's not them.
Absolutely. Yeah. But there was no older veteran fighters trying to kind of school you to what's what when you were coming up?
No.